It's Monday, October 30th, Halloween Eve, and this is Daily Blast Live. We've got everything you need to know in trending news and entertainment, and it's all live right now.
Country superstar Blake Shelton just announced his tour dates, and fans can't contain themselves. Susan tweets, "Yeehaw! Can't wait to get my freak on."
Netflix drops a bombshell after sexual harassment allegations surface against Kevin Spacey. Renee tweets, "How about we not cancel House of Cards, kill off Frank Underwood, and make Claire the lead?"
Jimmy Kimmel will be taking a week off to care for his son, and A-listers like Jennifer Lawrence and Shaquille O'Neal will be filling in for him. We've got the whole lineup next.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Monday, October 30th, and we are the only live show talking about the trending topics that you and your friends are talking about right now. You're going to spend a little time with us, and we're going to hook you up with all the breaking news and trending topics. Plus, we're live, so we want to hear from you. Grab your phone, download the DBL app, and join the conversation. Let's get this thing kicked off with the top 5 trending topics you need to know right now with my favorite big brother, Jeff Schroeder. Take it away, Jeff.
Thank you, Erica Cobb. Looking beautiful as always. That's right, guys. We are live, and I'm here with media maven Ebony Steele, TV personality Sam Shocker, and everyone's favorite comedian Al Jackson. I'm Jeff Schroeder, and we're a trending news and entertainment show that is live and covers what is happening right now. As you see, our entire DBL team is in our studio ready to cover news as it trends, and we'll interrupt the show at any moment with breaking news. All right, guys, a lot to get after today. Let's get right to it. Trending right now, Netflix is pulling the plug on House of Cards following a claim that Kevin Spacey made sexual advances on a minor. The next season will be its final. Actor Anthony Rapp claims that Kevin made a sexual advance towards him more than 30 years ago when Anthony was only 14 years old. Kevin tweeted, "I honestly do not remember the encounter. I owe him the sincerest apology for what would have been deeply inappropriate drunken behavior." Kevin wanted to say, quote, "I have loved and had romantic encounters with men throughout my life, and I choose now to live as a gay man." And we have more on this story. Like I said, guys, we are live right now. So let me go to our producer, Raquel Villanueva, with more news at this moment.
That's right, Jeff. The fallout for Kevin Spacey continues. We are just learning that the Emmy Founder Award he was supposed to receive was withdrawn. This is amid allegations of the sexual misconduct. He was set to receive the award in November, and past winners of this award include Steven Spielberg. Back to you guys.
Oh, wow. We are seeing a huge shift right now, change in Hollywood, a huge shift. People are being called out left and right. And, you know, even Corey Feldman, he was on Kelly, he was on the Today Show with Kelly this morning, and he had said to her that, you know, he's ready to name names, but he wants to raise money on a GoFundMe account before he announces them, because he wants security detail to protect him. Because these people are very, 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 very powerful.
Right.
And, you know, Kevin Spacey, we talked about this earlier, very offensive the way that he conflated both announcing that he chooses to be or live as a gay man, as well as in the same sentence talked about
people are very upset about that.
His predation.
And just the answer that he gave, it's just like, well, I don't remember, I was drunk, and if I did something, I'm sorry. If somebody accused me of something like that, I would be like, that's false, I'm gonna lawyer up, I'm coming after you, that's not true, my name will be cleared. But when you go, oh, well, I was drunk and I was sleepy and it was dark that night.
30 years ago?
Right.
Come on. Why put any detail into that?
No, I agree with all of you guys, and I think that, like, it is disgusting to try to say that because he's had relations, like he's like, I've been in love with men before, I've been in, like, it's a love thing, but you've done this to someone else when they were a kid. Don't group those two. Like I said, it is definitely offensive to the LGBTQ community. I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, totally. All right, let's move on here. Blake Shelton just announced his concert dates, but don't worry, he's not leaving The Voice. When his tour was announced this morning, rumors swirled that he'd be leaving the show, but Blake says he doesn't plan on going anywhere. His new album is due out Friday, and here's his new single that dropped today. Check it out.
Got a yellow back door porch party light. Got a speaker in the window playing very wide. You and me out here sweating, stargazing.
Nice. The tour dates, as you guys can see, are scrolling on the right there.
Boring.
Boring? You're excited? You're not excited?
Sorry, like I wouldn't go to his concert unless Gwen Stefani was there.
Well, we don't know that sure thing. But we just got Al, talked him into even lending an ear to listen to country music. Would you go to? Are you going to go?
Let's baby steps. Okay.
Country concerts are a blast.
They look fun. I'm sure they're fun, but just Like, I feel like we just heard the voice of God.
Thank you. Our executive producer loves him, and she's like, people love him. I'm not saying I don't like country. I just don't like him.
He's boring.
No, that's okay to have an opinion.
It's boring to you?
The music's boring. He's boring.
Who would you go see in concert?
For country? Carrie Underwood, Gretchen Wilson. Who else would I see in concert? Who? Did somebody say?
Garth Brooks.
Who?
Garth Brooks.
Eric Church.
I've never heard of Eric Church. Sorry.
Listen, Sam, we're gonna go to a country concert because I wasn't on board with country. Now I am because my wife is. We'll go and drink some beers and we'll have a good time.
Sour beer?
Yeah, right.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Because you know your wife was country when country wasn't cool, but evidently it's cool right now because these concerts sell out.
Oh,
yeah, they do.
All right, let's move on here. Selena Gomez and The Weeknd are over. According to People magazine, the two split. The report surfaced after Selena and ex-boyfriend Justin Bieber were spotted having brunch. They were also sipping smoothies, which is very hip. They went to church together, then headed back to the Biebs mansion to hang. We kind of saw this coming after The Weeknd unfollowed Selena's mom and her best friend, who donated her kidney to the pop star. So, kind of a childish move, I'd say, on The Weeknd's part.
The unfollowing. First of all, this is The Weeknd's MO. When he was with Bella Hadid, he did the same thing. Before he finally announced that he broke up with Bella Hadid, he unfollowed her family and friends of hers.
That's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, I just don't follow people's family anyway. That's what texting and like a couple drunken conversations at Thanksgiving are for.
But maybe she asked that because I was in a relationship before. That sounds weird, but yeah, my past relationship, he gave me an ultimatum.
Whoa. Sam's not your, Mark's not your only boyfriend?
Husband. In my past relationship, he said, you know what, you need to stop talking to my mom and to my nieces. It's disrespectful to my current girlfriend. So I did back off.
Did that hurt you? Because you had a relationship with them? Yeah, because I had really
good relationships with them. But I did. I unfollowed them on Facebook and did all that.
Did the mom understand?
I wrote her a letter first, like an actual handwritten letter, and she did understand.
Well, Selena's family's not happy with Justin either. They said they don't want her to be with Justin.
Do you agree with what your ex did, or do you think it was a little out of line?
I thought it was out of line.
Okay.
I do. I think you can have if you were with someone for that long and you had a relationship with someone, I think you can have a mature understanding that this is a friendship.
Right. Well, look him right in the camera and tell him he's a hater.
Who?
Your ex.
No.
You're not going to say?
Wow.
Trying to stir the pot a little bit. I'm saying stop hating. If Sam wants to talk to your mom, she can. There's a problem for me at AlJackson.com.
Andy Cohen is firing back after Kathy Griffin posted a 17-minute rant over the weekend. Andy basically said, in a nutshell, this is what he said, that was a bag of bowl beep. You get it? During Kathy's rant, she went after Andy and TMZ's Harvey Levin. She even gave out Harvey's personal phone number and encouraged people to call it. Here's why.
During my 2-month investigation, phone numbers got out of my mom, and my mom got death threats at her retirement village, and my sister, while she was dying of cancer, got death threats at her apartment. So that's why I'm putting that out there.
I didn't get that explanation at all.
And being a breast cancer survivor, like I think throwing the fact, and I really feel for her that her sister passed away, but I just think all of those things convoluted in one makes you wonder, you know, is that really sincere? And the rant, you can do, Al, how long does your rant last when you do
3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
She did a 17-minute rant.
Yeah.
That's something that's...
I agree, but she also feels pushed into a corner. She feels very desperate. She feels like everybody's given up on her when she's put a lot out into Hollywood, and she's spent a lot of... She spent a lot of years building her career, and nobody...
She looks like that thing that you spray water into at the fair.
She does not look insane.
That's mean.
But I think two wrongs don't make a right.
Thank you.
Just because people's phone number was put out there, I'm not talking to y'all.
Listen, I don't think it's right. All those bad things that happened in her life, that was her excuse of why she gave out that phone number.
But that's what she does, though. That is Kathy Griffin. She outs people. She tells you all the deets. People do drink her tea. I mean, come on. When you were reading the tweets this morning, were you kind of drinking the tea?
I don't even want to talk about it anymore because I feel like she's going to attack one of us, mainly Al. Pop culture guru Tori Showman has a new trending story coming in hot.
Ooh, you guys are hot right then. All right, celebs sure didn't disappoint this Halloween weekend. They've been posting pictures of their outfits on social media, and we picked some of our favorites. Drum roll. I couldn't say favorites. Drum roll. First up, Kim and Kourtney Kardashian went to a party together, dressed up as Michael Jackson and Madonna from the 1991 Academy Awards. We love Madge and MJ. Kristen Bell made the most adorable Frozen character. She posted this on her Instagram with the caption, quote, "When your daughter demands you both be Elsa for Halloween. You grin and forking bear it." I tell Kristen to let it go. Get it? Good one. And finally, Demi Lovato absolutely slayed this Halloween. She dressed up as music legend Selena. She looked pretty fierce with her itty bitty bum bum. Back to you, Jeff.
Corey, well done.
That Selena was spot on.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it.
And Michael Jackson was my favorite, too.
Yep.
Kourtney Kardashian.
There's some good ones. All right, Daily Blast Live covers trending stories and breaking news as it happens. Erica Cobb, what's coming up?
Well, Jeff, you need to lose those extra 3 pounds? I'm going to suggest the pizza plan. Coming up on Al Sounds Off on this wacky workout, and could Tiger Woods be making a comeback? Details on his plans to return to the sport that made him a star.
Hey guys, it's Brooke with the DBL Digital team. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great Halloween weekend. I know a bunch of us did here. As you can see, our office is all decked out now. We walked in this morning and it's got all these Halloween decorations and we are so excited for tomorrow. Anyway, I'll kick it off with kind of a Halloween story. So they are saying, the National Retail Federation, sorry, this is really small, but you get the gist. They're saying people are spending about $440 million this year, America that is, on their dogs and pets for Halloween. I mean, that's crazy. People are spending about $9 billion total. According to National Retail Federation, on Halloween, but $440 million of that is for animals and dressing them up like lobsters and lions, and I love it. So send us your photos. You've already been doing that, hashtag DBL Take, and we'll put them on air. All right, Leo, what's going on over here, man?
TMZ is reporting on today's interview with Selena Gomez and her kidney donator, Francia Raisa. And it was a very emotional interview. A couple new details have been shared. The process was actually sped up. It's a process that takes a couple weeks, and it was sped up to days. And also that Francia had wrote a will before donating her kidney. So it got very emotional very quickly.
I mean, that's some serious stuff, and they are best friends, but she really did, in a way, save her life. So, I mean, it's great that she was also prepared in case anything went wrong. I think everyone should actually have a will. I know we're getting really dark right now, but get your will together, everybody.
And I think the best part about it is that Francia volunteered. Selena didn't go up to her, ask her, like, hey, I really need... She just volunteered and was, easily did it.
Great friend to have. I'm really glad she has that woman in her life. Angelica? I
think we're going to have time.
Well, let's play it for the people.
We have 20 seconds. It's a good story.
Well, we'll tease them. Angelica's really proud of her story, so we're going to give her some more time. How was your...
show you how to make a pumpkin cake, which is really fun. But I want to actually show you guys the video, so we'll have to do it the next break.
We're going to save it for Angelica because she's awesome. Yeah, so tell us what you want to see in the next break on the pumpkin cake. We'll talk about it.
The only live show covering breaking news, entertainment, and trending topics live as they happen. It's time now for Al Sounds Off, where comedian Al Jackson rants and raves about the wildest stories he's found on the internet with a little help from our favorite big brother, Jeff Schroeder. Take it away, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Erica Cobb. That's right, I'm here in my favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment, Al Sounds Off with everyone's favorite comedian, Mr. Al Jackson.
Brother, how are you?
Woo, feeling good, man. Feeling good on this Monday.
That's right. I missed you this weekend.
I know.
We got to hang out.
You know what we got to do, Al? We need to get back in the gym. I don't know about you, but I need to.
You look pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I've been doing? This guy's workout. Check this out.
Jeff, I don't know. This just kind of makes me upset. I feel like pizza and the gym are mortal enemies. They should never meet. They're like your exes. They should be separate, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's always like, it's like when they say, oh, Jeff, come to the gym, feel the burn. They're not talking about pizza grease, all right? This is absolutely ridiculous, and I'll tell you this is highly effective if you want to burn calories and friendships, because you're going to stink the gym up, and everyone's going to hate you. Get it together and go all the way down on those exercises. Let's go to the next one.
All right, let's go to the next one. Walmart robots. I said that correctly. Walmart robots. Walmart can't be taking people's jobs, man. Let's check this out.
Let's take a look at it.
When it comes to retail technology, we're pushing the boundaries of what is possible through robotics and AI. We're using technology to focus on tasks that are repeatable, predictable, and manual.
I don't know, Al.
It's weird. They're smiling. They're about to be put out of a job.
Exactly.
This is so weird because when they said robots at Walmart, I thought they were talking about like Transformers. These are not Transformers. These are like, you know, these are like robots that do taxes for Transformers. They're like, they're super boring. It's like if you mixed a robot with Mitch McConnell. It just doesn't, they're just nothing good. But I will say this, I just don't like them, you know, we need people at Walmart. It's like, who's going to tell me where the ethnic food section is? I need a guy to point me there. You know what I'm saying? What's next? Are you going to replace the old guy with a hologram? I like my old greeters, and I like human beings at Walmart. Fix it, Walmart.
All right, fix it up. Away. All right, Al, I don't know about you, but I'm a good friend. I'd help you move, Al. Would you help me move?
That's a real friend. You're not real friends, so you help each other move.
That's right. 100%. I don't know if I'd help these guys, though, Al.
All right, let's check it out. Let's check this out. That is hot. How else could this work out, Jeff?
I think we're about to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If these guys had watched one episode of The Roadrunner and the Coyote, they would know that this was not going to work. But I like that, you know, I don't know, I talked to these guys and they actually said, we have a plan. They were like, you take the couch, drop it on my face, and I'll fall out of the truck, and it'll work out. And so their plan worked.
It worked to perfection.
You know, Jeff, look at it. Honestly, the couch is in the truck. What they did worked.
I didn't even notice that.
Look, it just needed 3 friends, a terrible idea, and a concussion, and some magic happened. I give props to these guys. Well done, fellas. That's Al Jackson.
Al always works. That's Al Jackson. This is Al Sounds Off, everybody. All right, tomorrow Al Jackson has something special brewing for Halloween. If you want to rate your Halloween, if you want Al to rate your Halloween costume, please send us your pick using your favorite social media and use hashtag #RateThisCostume. All right, digital producer Kelly Schubert with news at this moment. Kelly.
Hey guys, this is trending right now. Jimmy Kimmel has just announced a guest lineup for his show this week. So they're actually filling in for him so he can prepare for his son's second surgery. So let's take a look at the lineup. We've learned that Shaq, he'll be the host tonight. Dave Grohl, he'll host tomorrow. Channing Tatum, he'll be on Wednesday. Yeah, and then we'll have Jennifer Lawrence on Thursday. So again, they're all stepping in for Jimmy Kimmel, and he says he's very grateful for them.
Thank you, Kelly. That's going to be very interesting. I'm excited to see that. Daily Blast Live is all about live news as it's happening. Erica Cobb, what's coming up?
Well, could Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson be running for president? He's certainly fanning the flames. We'll tell you what he told a fan at LA Comic-Con. And Mick Jagger may be a little long in the tooth, but he's apparently still got an appetite for women who could be his granddaughter. Juicy details in the DBL Buzz.
Hi guys, Tori Shulman here at Daily Blast Live. I am freezing and I'm wearing my Michigan sweatpants in the studio. Go Blue! All right, Connor, what do we have?
Yeah, so trending right now, we have Ariana Grande. She has just debuted her newest hairstyle.
No pony?
No pony.
What?
They're calling it the Baby Bangs. They're pretty divisive right now on the internet, but I mean, you can see the picture here. I like them.
Okay, Connor, I'm going to tell you something. That looks like when I tried to cut my bangs. That's what I feel like it looks like. DBL Nation, are you into these baby bangs? Is that what they're called? Baby bangs or not?
Well, I think that, you know, since she's famous, it kind of looks edgy and cool, you know.
Or stupid, but we'll see what people think on DBL Nation. All right, what's going on, Elvira?
Hi, yeah, so the Queen of Darkness is trending right now because it was just announced that this is the last year she's going to be performing her spooktacular show. So she's been doing this character for 36 years and has really created a brand around it. You know, she's like an entrepreneur, she's a woman in charge of her own business, and I don't foresee that anything will end. She does have a shop where she sells a lot of her products, but yes, this is the last time to actually see her perform her iconic character.
I interviewed Elvira, could not be more polite, could not be nicer. Great looking woman. She's in her 50s. Fantastic looking woman. Elvira, we love you. We'll miss you. I saw this. I have to get this in. Okay, if you guys watch, Brett, tell us what's going on here. This is horrible.
Right. So if you watched the World Series game last night, it was a 10-inning thriller. And actually at one point when the Dodgers, I think it's Yasiel Puig, hit the record-breaking home run to these Astros fans in the outfield. And this guy stole the ball from the woman and threw the home run ball back onto the field. Now, that's a tradition that a lot of baseball teams and stadiums have. It's just people took issue with this because it was a record-setting home run that could have been worth thousands of dollars because it was the most home runs ever hit in a World Series game. But local TV did some sleuthing, and they discovered that he is her brother-in-law, and she was totally okay with him doing it. She just wanted to do it herself. So that is where the issue came in. I think it's kind of funny. If you watch it, it's trending on Twitter. You can just go through and look at all the different people's faces and reactions. Kelly's asking, why wouldn't they keep it? She doesn't understand. Well, because people really don't like the Dodgers, especially right now in the World Series. So they are letting it be known.
I mean, he looks mad, right?
Yeah.
He looks like mad, like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah, and let me just, at this moment, you can kind of see her face. Like, oh boy, what did he just do? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you think she should have thrown it back herself? Do you think it's funny what her brother-in-law did? I'm kind of curious about your reactions. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live, the only live show that covers the trending topics that you're talking about right now, no matter where you're watching. It's time now for the DBL Buzz. That's all the hot celebrity gossip you can't stop talking about, and we're not judging you for it because we're talking about it too. And the man with all the tea is our favorite big brother, Jeff Schroeder. Take it away, Jeff.
Thank you, Erica Cobb. That's right, we love this story so much, we can't stop talking. So when you hear Erica say and see these bees buzzing around, move on to the next story. All right, you guys are the ones buzzing us, so grab your device and vote. First up, The Rock for president? That's the impression he gave fans when he said, quote, I think the people's president has a really nice ring. I'll just say that. This was in response to a question asking if he intended to run for president. The Rock has previously discussed a potential run back in May.
He keeps teasing it, man.
He talks
keeps
about it a lot.
dangling that carrot. Yeah.
But, you know, and this is just my personal opinion, and I don't know if I want celebrities to continue to be politicians. For example, if we think Jen Wiederstrom, for example, is a fitness pro, right? If I just woke up tomorrow and said, hey, I'm going to be a fitness pro, but I haven't worked out, I haven't done any competitions, I haven't worked and just
zero experience.
Yeah, I want somebody that had some experience.
I agree with you. I agree with that.
It's a weird thing, and it's just like, I mean, are we going to make sure a presidential race is just a popularity contest? Is that all it is now? Is this the student government now in high school where just the high school quarterback gets to be president?
And you promise everything?
Right,
like
yeah.
Longer
no
recesses.
school on Fridays.
Woo, all right, moving on. Next up, Camille Grammer is engaged. She teased the news with this photo with her boyfriend, lawyer David Meyer, commenting that they have a secret and asking fans to guess. She later revealed that this large diamond ring here, and thanked fans who guessed the two were engaged. Camille was just awarded half of ex-husband Kelsey Grammer's 401k. They divorced in 2010.
I'm happy for Camille. I'm
Me
so
too.
happy for her. Listen, she did not want to do. She did not want that divorce with Kelsey Grammer. She wanted the
Buzz?
Really?
Wow.
No one cares.
All right. Mick Jagger still got it. The moves like Jagger. Boo. Buzz. The 74-year-old rocker was seen out with a new love interest, 22-year-old producer Nora Fala. Mick is single after splitting from ballerina Melanie Hamrick, the mother of his 8th child, 10-month-old Devereaux. Look at those. I mean, come on. Look at those pictures.
It's weird when 2 of his kids are in their 30s and she's 22. Another one of his kids is 25 and she's 22. So there's something wrong with you when you're dating people that are younger than your own children.
Something wrong with. How about something wrong with her? What is she doing?
Yes, you're right.
Jagger?
Yeah,
But she
absolutely.
wants to be with a powerful man, Jeff. I mean, I think a lot of young girls do.
Jeff's, that's something wrong with her.
But she's 22. I mean,
cares?
she's highly. Well, he's had about 100 more years of life experience than she has. He looks like one of the trees from Lord of the Rings. Well, maybe she's into that.
I think it's a trade-off. They know what they're getting. She knows she's getting an older man. He knows he's getting an arm piece and a trophy, and that's what it is. If he want to buy her Happy Meals for the rest of her life, and she want to run Big Gay on him for the rest of them, more power to him.
Man, they're not buzzing this. We had a Tiger Woods comeback story, but the tree trumped it. Quite honestly. All right, fitness pro Jen Wiederstrom with the new trending story coming in hot.
Well, speaking of a good time, Halloween is tomorrow, which of course means we are one step closer to Christmas. And Sia is the latest artist to release her Christmas single to get you into the holiday spirit. Now, she's calling it Santa's Coming for Us, which is kind of terrifying and a little bit creepy, but let's take a listen anyways. I'm on board. I I like it. This song is off the singer's first holiday album called Every Day is Christmas, which is a bit of a stretch, but we're going to go with it. And it will be released November 17th.
When I first saw the album, I thought, oh my gosh, is Sia revealing herself? But no, that's Maddie Ziegler
The
again.
little dancer.
Yet again, she's being used for Sia's album covers and music videos because Sia does not reveal her face.
I can't wait to see her. Can't wait.
People are on fire today, and it's Monday. I love it. All right, Halloween is tomorrow. We love your pet pics, so keep them coming. We've been getting so many pictures of pets and costumes, it's hard to keep up. Make sure to tune in tomorrow when Al will rate your pet costumes. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
And we're going back to Angelica because she's very passionate about this pumpkin cake story. So Tori.
I can be Tori. I'm not as funny though as Tori. All right, Brooke, you know all about this. Brooke helped me out with this. So we were inspired this Halloween. Let me just show you this. This is our pumpkin cake. We brought it in last week. You might have saw it. So it's super easy. All you do is you carve the top of the pumpkin just like this, and then you take all of the guts out, obviously. This is the easiest part. I think people think it's hard, but it's not. Okay, this is a 20-second video. We're almost done. And then after you take all of the guts out, you use this little toolkit that we got just to carve a little circle. And then you put in the tap, and then you could put any drink you want inside. I say do something pumpkin because it's going to taste a little pumpkin-y. But what did you think about it?
I loved it. I think it's awesome and simple. We did have to say, though, Ebony took a drink out of one of the drinks we gave her, and there was a pumpkin gut in it, and she spit it out. So just make sure you get all the guts out, unless you want to laugh at your friends.
All right, guys, welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Let's take a look back. This is going to be tough. Had some funny moments from the show, because there was a couple of them.
Look him right in the camera and tell him he's a hater.
Who?
Your ex.
No. You're not going to say?
Wow.
I'm saying stop hating. If Sam wants to talk to your mom, she can. It's the problem for me at AlJackson.com.
Way to start
Al,
I'm sorry.
Why would you do that?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I think we have one more video. Let's see if Al could stir the pot a little bit more.
Who's going to tell me where the ethnic food section is? I need a guy to point me there. You know what I'm saying? What's next? Are you going to replace the old guy with a hologram? I like my old greeters, and I like human beings at Walmart.
Al stirring the Walmart pot.
It's an Al day. It's an Al day.
It is an Al day.
But if you think about it, at Walmart, you can get McDonald's to eat. You can get your nails done, get your eyes checked. You can get your what else? You can get your tires rotated.
Yeah.
You can get your nails done.
Yeah. If you're afraid and you got your license, you can buy a gun. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. All that at Walmart in one day.
I'm sorry. The best part about this whole time was when you said Mick Jagger looks like that tree from Lord of the Rings.
There was another one too, but I don't know if I want to repeat
Don't repeat it. Do not repeat it.
You made some good,
Or watch it on YouTube and watch it back.
That's right.
Good analogies. All right, watch it back. You guys don't want to miss it. Happy Halloween to everyone tomorrow. See you guys then. The stories never stop. We don't either. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. Keep the conversation going.